Hi, my name is Nicholas Patrick. I'm a professional film score composer, and I'm back with another rescore breakdown video. This is a cute little animated short I found called FreeLance. It's really fun. Let's just go right into the movie and let me take you through it without any sound. I'm just going to narrate it and give you my thoughts. Okay, so just right off the bat, so you know, this opening here is a misdirect. It's kind of a joke. It's meant to lead you to think that this is a serious type of film. And then it transitions quickly to wonderfully exaggerated, very silly animation. So this knight, hopeful, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, is coming to the castle to meet with the king. And the king wants him to go give him the head of a dragon. He didn't really explain why. He just said, yeah, I'm the king. Go get me the head of a dragon. And our knight, our heroic knight FreeLance, rushes into battle, not giving a second thought, to get the head of the dragon. He brings it to the king, very pleased with himself. I did what you asked, sire, you know. The king changes his mind. You know, I want it this way. Go give me this kind of dragon. Undeterred, FreeLance, the knight, he goes back into battle to do it all over again. And this pattern repeats. Whoa, what just happened there? This pattern repeats over and over until he is just fed up with it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's see. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. There's the next dragon. King changes his mind again, and you can see him starting to get frustrated there. Goes in for a third time. It's really, you know, the same thing over and over. It's kind of a silly joke. There's not a whole lot to explain. We're going to get through this one pretty quickly. Still unsatisfied. You can really see it start to get to him there. He rushes off one more time, no thought for his life. And then we enter into a montage sequence where it starts going really fast. And it just starts to get absurd. You see all these dragon heads start to pile up because the king's just never satisfied. Those are the trumpets announcing the knight's arrival, by the way. And look at him, he's exhausted this time. Clearly beat up from battle. Missing teeth. Right? The king seems happy. He says, you know what, I've changed my mind. And he goes back to the original dragon, like the first thing he asked for. And then you see him kind of break down and start to lose his mind. And then you see the king's head fly out the window. It's a big silly joke. Not much to this. Okay, I'm going to get right into it, and I'm going to play the music. I'm not going to talk or anything. I'm just going to let you take it in, and then we'll go back and do it play by play. This one really doesn't really need a whole lot of explanation, so we're going to get through this quickly. Oh, oops. Sorry about that. I accidentally hit the space bar. Let me see if I can get us back where we were. Sorry about that. Okay, so that is my rescore. Again, short and sweet, a lot of comedy. Let's walk through it. Okay, so again, this opening here is supposed to be a misdirect. So I lean into that pretty hard. I have some pretty powerful low brass and some ethereal, distant female vocals to make you think this is another type of movie. Okay, we're gonna stop. So why did I make these choices? Okay, so the misdirect is clear. I lean into it really hard. Those ethereal female vocals and that wall of sound brass makes you think this is some kind of period piece, epic drama, perhaps fantasy. And then it switches to what I describe as wonderfully exaggerated, goofy, silly animation. Again, you can see the. Hold on for 1 second. I'm gonna mute this. You can see how exaggerated the animation is. Very, very silly, right? So I went with a piece of music that is very silly. It's upbeat. It's energetic. It matches really well with what's going on the screen there. So that little break there is to subvert expectations. So the knight gets in there, and you see him all bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and yeah, I don't know what he's expecting. He's clearly expecting it to go well. Where am I? There we are. So all I do is just a silly little trill in the winds, and just to kill the music, and there's silence. Because he's expecting something, and then there's nothing. Just more leaning into the comedy with the music. And then we finish the melody with the same energy that it started, even after the big long pause. Okay, let's move forward. Oh, okay. So let me back up a little bit. So when the knight goes and speaks with the king each time, I use actual traditional instruments from the medieval era. That's a lute. There's a two-hole wooden flute, and the brass is I can't remember what it's called, but it is from medieval times. It's this funny-looking little horn, and that's to give it that authentic feel. So all that music really does is kind of set the stage. It sounds medieval. It's really all I'm really doing there. I'm not trying to sway the emotion one way or the other. I guess if you had to pin an emotion on it, it's hopeful and excited. Really, I was just trying to create the ambiance there of medieval times. Okay, so this is pretty self-explanatory. He's rushing into battle like fearless. Like look how serious he is. Not even flinching. Look how quickly the horse was galloping all silly, but now look how serious they are. Right, it means business. So he's racing into battle without any thought of his life. So I make something. Even though this is a silly film, I'm doing juxtaposition. I'm playing it as if it's really serious, even though it's a big, silly joke. South Park actually does this all the time. They have some kind of absurd story, but the music plays as if it's like a real drama. And that's part of the comedy. So I guess that's what I'm doing here is a juxtaposition. And it sounds like battle music. So the brass here, the brass is just this wall of sound, and it's just rising as this heroic knight charges into battle. You get these epic percussive drums in the background. I've got choir. It just sounds epic, right? One more time. So as you know, the knight does this quite a few times. So each time he charges into battle, I try to heighten the music a little bit more. So this first one, it's long notes, intense but long. And then the next one, it's going to be a little bit busier, and the following one is going to be even busier. So we're like raising the stakes. Let's fast forward to this. So he's very pleased with himself, and we're back to the medieval sounding music. And I did try to tack an emotion onto this one. Again, very pleased with himself is how I'd characterize that music. Like he's presenting, ta-da! One more time. So we do the same joke again. So we play it like it's serious, but how we pump the gas a little on this one is picking up the rhythm. Dun 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 dun. When the last one was just these long notes. So again, that's how we're gonna pick it up. One more time. Huh? Back to presenting to the king. Ta-da! It's literally ta-da. All right, and he does it again. It's the same joke again. So we're picking up the tension. And now we're gonna go into the montage. So why did I go with this music? Since I'm playing it so serious, right? Well, we're taking a step back, and we're playing this silly, something akin to the intro music. It's silly, it's upbeat, it's happy, it's energetic. What we're doing is kind of taking a step back, and we have our 1,000-foot view of the whole thing going on, and we're just the music just kind of demonstrates the absurdity of it all. So that's why I went with that choice. And I think that really effectively does it. We don't have much time to do a montage, so I have to really squeeze a lot in there. It starts with bump it bump it bump it, like letting you know something's coming. And then I have to do an outro pretty quickly too. There's my outro. And I timed it so the music would finish right before that dragon blows his fire out the cave, because I just think it's funny. You know, that's what we're here to do. We're here to help tell this story. This is basically a meme. You know, it's a joke. And the music can help do that. All right, so I get through a single line of melody. That's really all I had time for. And then it's time to end. All right. This is pretty funny. The really exaggerated horns, almost exhausted. That's clearly a kazoo. So I didn't really go with music for this section. When his psyche is fracturing and he's losing his mind, I just went with some atonal sound design. I had to, search through and blend some sounds together and, put them through the processor and just make something that sounds truly creepy. Yeah, actually, I don't think I have time for that. So I'm just going to play it again and go out to the intro. Go to the outro. What I do for the outro is kind of a storybook. We go back with this little bit of time that we have left. All right, we got like what, 2 bars. I go back to the opening melody, and you'll see quickly, it basically just ends. And it's like a storybook opening. It starts with it, ends with it. It wraps it up really nicely. Okay, and that's my rescore. Again, there's not a whole lot to this one, so really not. In the other videos, I go into a lot of depth and a lot of detail, but this one's kind of short and sweet. If you have any questions, let me know. If there's anything you want me to break down, if you want me to go into the music theory, I will teach you how to do some of the stuff so you can add it to your composer tool bag. Thank you for stopping in for my rescore breakdown, and we will see you for the next one.